Good morning, students. In the previous lecture, I had concluded with the statement of Lenz's law. Today, we shall continue with leftover portion of the Lenz law. So please focus on the heading illustration of Lenz law and conservation of energy. One by one, we shall discuss both. First, illustration of Lenz law. Look at the figures 1 and 2. In figure 1 as shown, north pole of a magnet moves towards a coil, closed coil. And in figure 2, north pole of the magnet moves away from the coil. So, due to change in magnetic flux linked with the coil, why change in magnetic flux? Because first case flux increases, second case flux decreases. So, this change in magnetic flux, current is induced in the coil. And in both the cases, direction of current is marked. In first case, it is anti-clockwise. In second case, it is the clockwise. Then what happens after that? It will illustrate the Lenz law. So we'll discuss both the figures one by one. So from figure 1, what happens after the production of this induced current? So when north pole of magnet is moved towards the closed coil, induced current in the coil flows in anti-clockwise direction is marked. Then the face of coil towards the magnet develops north polarity. Here I have marked a north polarity. How? On the basis of clock rule. In the loop it is marked. So front face of the coil develops north polarity. North pole is developed. And it opposes the motion of the magnet towards the coil. Because north pole is developed, here north pole is going towards the coil. So this north pole of coil will repel the magnet away. So motion will be opposed. Therefore, actually, this will cause of induced current in the coil. This motion of magnet is the basic cause of induced current in coil, and as soon as the current is induced, north polarity is developed, and this north pole is oppose the motion. This is the Lenz law. Similar way, we can follow the figure number 2 also. From figure 2, here in this case, north pole of magnet moves away from the coil. So what happens this time? This time the face of coil towards the magnet develops south polarity. I mentioned the clock rule. This direction in the loop. Why the south polarity is developed? Because direction current is clockwise. So this direction is direction of the clockwise represents the S, letter S. So south pole is developed. And here the magnet is moving away from that. So the south pole of the coil will attract the north pole of the magnet. So again motion of the magnet is opposed. So written, and it opposes the motion of the magnet. And this motion of the magnet is responsible for the induced current produced in this coil. So again, this is what? Lenz law. So with the help of these two figures, we can say, and what we can conclude, that whether the north pole is moving towards the coil or north pole moving away from the coil or either of the pole, in both the cases, current is induced, and when the current is induced, the motion will be opposed. And this is your Lenz law. So we can conclude with the help of these two figures and explanation. It can be concluded that the current due to induced EMF produces magnetism, because in both the cases the magnetic pole is developed, such that it opposes the cause. It opposes the cause means motion of the magnet of producing EMF. So with the help of these two figures or this explanation, the Lenz's law is being illustrated. Now we shall discuss the Lenz's law and conservation of energy. One question may arise that is the Lenz's law consequence of law of conservation of energy? We shall try to find out the answer of this question with the help of both these figures. This figure. Students, we know that according to Lenz's law, the induced current always opposes the motion of the magnet. For example, in case of figure 1, when north pole is moved towards the coil, here north polarity is developed and the coil will repel the magnet. So motion is opposed. When north pole of the magnet is moved away from the coil, the front face of the coil, south polarity is developed and the magnet is attracted by the coil. Again motion is opposed. So in both the cases, whether the magnet is moving towards the coil or away from the coil, it will be either repelled by the coil or attracted by the coil. Means motion of the magnet is opposed. If you want to maintain the motion of this magnet, some mechanical work has to be done against this force of repulsion in case of the figure 1 or force of attraction in case of the figure 2. And this mechanical work done will be converted into electrical energy and stored in the coil. And this electrical energy is finally dissipated into heat energy according to Joule's effect. Other way we can see, suppose the magnet is not moved. When magnet is not moved, means no EMF is induced either this coil or no current is induced either this coil. No current is induced means no electrical energy is produced. So in this way we can say the Lenz's law is a consequence of conservation of energy. Student, this is a very important question, it comes in exam. So I have made a brief and simple notes over the Lenz's law and conservation of energy. I'm just going to read out, pay attention and focus on the board and note it down. So here I've written, mentioned, according to Lenz's law, the induced current always opposes the motion of the magnet which is moved either towards the coil or away from the coil. It is shown in the figure 1 and figure 2. So to move the magnet towards or away from the coil, mechanical work has to be done to overcome the force of repulsion in case of the figure 1 or force of attraction in case of the figure 2 between the poles of the magnet and the coil. This mechanical work is converted into electrical energy, and this electrical energy is then dissipated into heat energy due to Joule's effect. So suppose the magnet is not moved, as I explained earlier. So if the magnet is not moved, no mechanical work is done, then no EMF and hence no current is induced in the coil. No current is induced in the coil. That is, no electrical energy is produced. So in this way we can say Lenz's law is in accordance with law of conservation of energy. So it is complete all about the Lenz's law and the conservation of energy. Please remember it. Now we shall discuss some numericals on induced EMF and induced current. I have taken the very simple numerical first. Here is the question. A coil having 500 square loops, each of side 10 centimeter, is placed normal to the magnetic field, which increases at the rate of 1 Tesla per second. Then what is the EMF induced in the coil? So we'll write first of all what are given in the questions. According to question, number of turns is equal to 500. Area is given 10 centimeter means 10 into 10 100 centimeter square. Convert in meter, it becomes 10 to the minus 2 meters square. And rate at which the field increases given, rate of change of magnetic field dv by dt 1 Tesla per second. Then what is the induced EMF? According to formula, magnitude of induced EMF is equal to n d phi by dt minus, sign I have not taken because here the magnitude I have taken. E is equal to n d phi by dt, n phi becomes b into a, and a is constant, b is variable, so n into a dv by dt. Put their values, n is 500, area is 10 to the minus 2, and dv by dt already given 1 Tesla, so answer is 5 volt. This is the simplest numerical. Now, second question, look at over here. I have taken second question. And according to this question, a coil of 100 loops is pulled in 0.01 second between the poles of a magnet where its area intercepts the flux of 300 microweber to a place where it intercepts the flux of 100 microweber. Then calculate EMF induced in the coil. Again we shall write what are given in the question. So for here 100 means number of turns 100. Time is given, dt small time 0.01 second, and two flux are given. Phi 1 300 Weber, converting 300 microweber, so converting the Weber 310 to minus 6 Weber, and Phi 2 100 microweber, converting the Weber 110 to minus 6 Weber, so E is equal to what? Directly put on the formula. E is equal to minus n, phi 2 by phi 1 by time this one. N is given 100, phi 2 is this one, phi 1 is this one. I have converted in the micro Weber to Weber, and time already it is given 0.01. So when we will calculate it, it becomes this 100 minus 3 take 10 to the power minus 6 common, and now finally it comes to 2 into 10 to minus 2 by 0.01 is equal to 2 volt. So this way, this is the solution of this question. This way we can solve. Now let us see the other question. Here is our third question. This question I have taken from the CBC board examination. Long back this question has been asked. Question says, a coil with average diameter of 0.02 meter is placed perpendicular to magnetic field of 6000 Tesla. If the induced EMF is 11 volt, when magnetic field is changed to 1000 Tesla in 4 seconds, what is the number of turns in the coil? In this question, what are given? EMF, induced EMF is given, diameter is given. With the help of this, you can find the radius, and the magnetic fields are given, two magnetic fields. So directly write the formula. We know the formula, the magnitude of induced EMF is equal to n phi 2 minus phi 1 by t. N, this phi 2 can be written as b2 into a, b1 into a by t. A I have taken the common because phi is equal to b into a. And now here we put the values. This is equal to n, b2 minus b1 by t, and area is the pi r square. So because it is a coil, so values are induced EMF 11 volt, n we have to find. This b2 is given here the 6000 Tesla, b1 it is the 1000 Tesla, and by the 4 is the time, and area pi r square, pi is the 22 by 7, and diameter is given 0.02, divide by 2 it becomes area, and this one. When we solve this, we will get the result. After solving and on simplification, we will get n is equal to 28. Please solve it. I hope you can solve this one. Fourth question, see, this is the slightly different question I have taken on the basis of differentiation form. Look over here. The question says a magnetic flux through a coil perpendicular to its plane and directed into plane is varying by the relation phi the magnetic flux, 5t square plus 10t plus 5 milliweber. Then calculate the EMF induced in the loop at time t is equal to 5 seconds. So phi is given. When differentiate it, we will get the induced EMF. So here what are given? Phi is equal to 5t square 10t plus 5. It is milliweber is given. So convert in Weber, 10 to the power minus 3 Weber. We know that E is equal to d phi by dt, and d by dt at the place of phi put all these values. So now it becomes Weber per second because it is the d phi by dt now, and E is equal to differentiate this. So it will be 10t, 2 into t into 5, 10t plus 10, this t becomes 1, t dt by dt 1, so 10 into 1, and 5 is constant, becomes 0, and 10 to the power minus 3. So after differentiating you get this result, this volt. So 10t plus 10 is equal to this volt. Question is, you have to find this induced EMF at the time t is equal to 5 seconds. So what at t is equal to 5 seconds? Put the value of t in this equation. A is equal to 10 here and t is equal to 5 plus 10 this one, this volt. This answer becomes 0.06 volt. So if this type of question comes, you can solve like this. This numerical I have taken from previous year board question asked in year 2017. For this numerical is different than 4 previous questions because from the given graph you will be asked to find the EMF induced or induced current from the question. So be attentive and see that how can you solve this type of question or how can you solve a graphical question. This question says that the magnetic field through a circular loop of wire 12 centimeter in radius and 8.5 ohm resistance changes with time as shown in figure. Figure means in this graph. The magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane of the loop. Calculate induced current in the loop. So following this question, what are given data I have mentioned over here. See first, radius is given 12 centimeter, I have converted in meter, and resistance of the loop is given 8.5 ohm. Capital R I have taken for the resistance 8.5. So with the help of this radius, find the area of this loop. Area is pi r square. So pi 12 by 7, r is this one, and area becomes 4.52 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter square. Now look at this graph. This graph is drawn between magnetic field versus time. Magnetic field is taken along y-axis and time is along x-axis. Time is taken from 0 to 6 seconds maximum and field is taken 0 to 2 Tesla maximum. This graph has 3 portions: OA, AB and BC. This portion OA is a straight line starting from origin. It means the OA represents the magnetic field increases with time from 0 to 2 seconds. A to B represents this portion AB. AB is, line AB is parallel to time axis, so parallel to x axis. It means the magnetic field B is constant from 2 seconds to 4 seconds. It is not changing. But for the portion BC, from time 4 seconds to 6 seconds, here it is, this line is towards the time axis. It shows the decreasing magnetic field. So magnetic field decreases from 4 seconds to 6 seconds. It means last 2 seconds magnetic field decreases with the time. So with the help of this graph, we shall find the induced current in the loop. So first of all, we shall write for the portion OA, AB and BC, what is the change in magnetic field with respect to the time. It means dV by dt is what? Here I have mentioned from the graph. For time 0 to 2 seconds, t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 2 seconds. The change in magnetic field by time means dV by dt is 1 by 2. How 1 by 2? The field is 1 Tesla maximum and time is 0 to 2 seconds from O to A, from this portion. So dV by dt is 1 by 2 Tesla per second for this 2 seconds, first 2 seconds. Next, for the portion AB, it means time 2 seconds to 4 seconds. This 2 seconds. During this time, here I mentioned t is equal to 2 to t is equal to 4. The magnetic field is constant, not changing. Therefore, dB by dt is equal to 0. Because differentiation of any quantity is constant quantity is 0. Now the last portion BC. This portion BC is decreasing. It means field is decreasing from 4 seconds to 6 seconds. So dB by dt I have taken minus 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 2 because here BC is decreasing to time axis. So magnetic field decreasing. Field is maximum 1 Tesla and time is this 4 to 6, 2 seconds. So becomes minus 1 by 2 Tesla for time t is equal to 4 seconds to 6 seconds. Now with the help of this data from this graph, we'll find the induced EMF for the portion A, means time for 0 to 2 seconds, portion AB 2 seconds to 4 seconds, and portion BC 4 seconds to 6 seconds, one by one. See here, I have written the formula for induced current. We know that induced current I is equal to induced EMF by the resistance, and induced EMF is equal to minus d phi by dt. Resistance is I it is, and d phi by dt is what? Phi is B into A, magnetic flux. So B into A is the area is constant, take it out. So here area is out, so becomes dB by dt, and R is as it is. So induced current is equal to minus A dB by dt and R. So in this equation number 1, which you have derived for this induced current I, we'll put the values of dB by dt from time 0 to 2 seconds, 2 to 4 seconds, 4 to 6 seconds. We will get the result one by one. So first time for time here 0 to 2 seconds for this one, I is equal to area 4.5 to 10 power minus 2. Already we have calculated earlier. Here resistance 8.5 ohm, it is given in the data, and dB by dt this for this portion half 1 by 2 for 0 to 2 seconds. So when you solve this portion, we will get minus 0.266 10 power minus 2 ampere. You may convert in milliampere also. This is the answer of the first part of induced EMF, induced current from 0 to 2 seconds. Next, 2 to 4 seconds for this portion AB. Here for 2 seconds to 4 seconds, induced current is equal to again area is the same 4.5 to 10 to minus 2, resistance 8.5 ohm. And what about the dB by dt? Here for the 2 to 4 seconds with this line, magnetic field is not changing, so dB by dt is already mentioned 0, so 0. So current during this time is 0. This is the answer for this portion AB. Now the last portion BC, where the magnetic field is decreasing. It means from time t is equal to 4 seconds to 6 seconds for this one. Current again induced current I is equal to minus, area is 4.5 10 to minus 2, this 8.5 with the resistance. Again this dB by dt is this time for this portion BC we have calculated minus 1 by 2 because it is decreasing. So into minus 1 by 2. This minus and this minus becomes plus, and when you solve it, again it will get 0.266 into 10 to the minus 2 ampere. So I have converted into the milliampere. So this is the answer of the induced EMF in the third portion. So this way we have solved the value for induced current with the help of this graph for all the three portions, 0 to 2 seconds, 2 seconds to 4 seconds, 4 seconds to 6 seconds. Students, here we have seen few sample numericals on the induced EMF and the induced current. I advise you to solve more and more numericals problem on this topic from NCERT exercises and the previous year best question.